YouTube, what's popping? It's your boy Rel. And today I'm gonna just make a short video just explaining to people on how you could afford a Trackhawk, under 30 years old, really any age. This could go for any age, but a car, $100,000. Because I get a lot of questions about everywhere I go, every time I drive it. People are just very, very curious of how can I get it and what's the steps and all that. So I just decided to make a video for, for everybody who's really want to know the real truth on how to get one and, how to maintain it. And I'm not going to beat around the bush with it. I'm going to just tell you, what it really is in my experience, because a lot of people jump into these cars and don't know what they getting themselves into. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing you got to do is build your credit. Without credit, man, you ain't got nothing. So you got to build your credit. I've been building credit since I was like 17, 18. Never had a co-signer. Financed my first Camaro, by myself. I think I put like 6 stacks down. I think the car was maybe like 30,000. And, I just remember literally just working for a car at one point in time. And, I'm like, yeah, the car is cool. But at the end of the day, when you go home at night and you got to put a credit card at the gas station knowing that it's going to go in the negative, but that's the only way you can put gas in it. Say you got $5 available credit, put the credit card in, you run up $50, you got negative 50 in your account, and you put gas in your car, but you really can't afford that car. And that's how I was living when I first got my first car. And I always told myself I would never put myself like that in a situation like that. But anyway, more of the story is build your credit. I had 2 V6 Camaros. I have a Camaro SS, which I still currently have. You can probably see the picture in the background in my garage. I had an SRT Jeep before I got the Trackhawk, and now I got the Trackhawk. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is you got to crawl before you walk. So a bank is not going to give you $90,000 if they can't even see you could pay off $40,000. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people just want to, just jump over all the hurdles and just get to, the gold, but it just don't work like that. Like, you have to go through the hunger pains and you have to go through life and experiences, and you got to work your way up. You got to crawl before you walk. Literally, like, you have to do that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know we live in a world of this instant gratification and all that, but that's not how it works, man. And you appreciate things when you actually work your way to it. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Say your first car is a Trackhawk, like, you're going to ruin it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, where do you go from that? You know what I mean? Like, enjoy the process. You know what I'm saying? Work your way up. Get the V6. Get the Scat. Get the Cat. Work your way up, but don't just go ahead and just jump out the window, trying to impress people. Because I know a lot of people that try to impress people, but they really be hurting low key. You know what I mean? And nobody really cares, to be honest with you. So do it for you. Don't ever do it for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But number one, work on your credit. Number two, so by 18, 19, I had a 700 plus credit score. You know what I'm saying? Start with your secure credit cards. Go ahead and get more. Get a Capital One or American Express, whatever you want to get. You know what I mean? Start doing that. Start doing balance increases. Reach out to your bank, try to get a balance increase, and build your utilization up. Build your available credit up. You know what I mean? And just use your credit card like a debit card. Only spend what you have in your checking account, but just use your credit card every day and get a rewards card and you get points, get your rewards, but stop using your debit card, stop using cash. And, why not? If we're going to spend the same money, why not get something back in return for spending the money you're going to spend anyway? You know what I mean? It just makes common sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So number one, get your credit up. Work through the ranks. Get your credit up. You know what I mean? Then find you a good source of income. You know what I mean? Find you a trade. Find you a skill. Something that, because you have to understand, when you get in cars, these expensive, you're going to have $1,000+ car notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have 1,000+ car notes, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700. So find you a high skill paying job and work on that, stack your bread up, you know, manage your money well. So when it's time for you to get the big purchase, it's not going to be nothing to you because you've been preparing for the storm. You get what I'm saying? So do that. And another thing I want to say, man, get away from small-minded individuals. I say that because at one point in time, I was like that. You know what I mean? When I was making a lot less money and stuff, I would look at people who would be like, "Oh yeah, I paid $900 for a car, no $1,000." I'm like, man, you stupid, But that was me speaking out of ignorance and being small-minded. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. If you're gonna get a Hellcat, Trackhawk, or any expensive car, and you're gonna tell people your payment, I pay $1,000 this, that, and the third. If you tell somebody who's making $1,000 a week or $800 a week, they're gonna look at you like you crazy. Like, hell no, I would never spend $1,500 on a car note. Like, never. But the reason why you say that is because you're not in that position where you could spend $1,500, $1,600 without hurting at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind, because I was doing that a lot, and I used to get discouraged because I'm like, nah, they say I'm tripping. 800 is too much. But then if you get around people who make $20,000 a month, $15,000, $13,000 a month, and you're like, hey, what's your car on? They're like, oh, I pay $1,700, and you're like, oh, but to them, they're like, yo, that's not bad. You know what I mean? And it's because they found a high-paying skill and a high-paying job where they can afford to do that. But if you ask somebody who's not at that level, they're gonna tell you not. They're not gonna tell you what you want to hear. You know what I mean? So get around like-minded individuals. Get around people that inspire you to think big. You know what I mean? And that's another thing I want to say, man. Get around like-minded individuals and people who make you dream big and think big. You know what I mean? Because you never want to keep thinking small-minded, man. It's going to keep you in a box. And you're never going to, because even when I got my SRT Jeep on my asset, I was like, damn, how am I going to pay for this? You know what I mean? I was like, I'm doing too much, but all it did was just make me want to hustle more. And, I was running into people who's paying $1,600 car notes, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I would never do that. But guess what? It's because I didn't make that money to do that. So never compare your situation with somebody else's, but be around people that is going to push you and think big. You dig what I'm saying? For sure. Another thing I want to say is, if you get a Trackhawk, please make sure you have extra money every month. And I say that because everything for the car is expensive. And, even from the frequent oil changes, if you don't do them yourself, the brakes, the rotors, go look it up yourself. I'm talking about all around 4,500, 5,000. You get what I'm saying? Like, the tires alone, I had a flat tire, I think the other month. The replacement was like $530 for one tire. So what I'm trying to say, your car note should be the least of your worries. Make sure you have extra money for everything else. Like, you shouldn't have to be worried about gas and, simple things when it comes to owning a car that's expensive, because then you're probably not in a position where you can afford it yet. You know what I mean? I say that respectfully. You know what I mean? And I wish I had a truck a long time ago, but I just knew that I wasn't there at that point where I could really afford it comfortably. You know what I mean? Because you don't really want to be in a situation where, you got the car, but you really can't do nothing with it because you don't have extra funds. And when stuff goes wrong, you can't get it fixed and you can't drive it. And it just becomes a headache to you. You know what I mean? Because you put yourself in a tight position. You know what I'm saying? So, do that, man. And to my youngins, y'all, because this is what I learned from when I had the SRT, I bought it in the midst of COVID, when it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? And I was never a fan of putting money down on cars, and I still don't to this day. I don't really care for putting money down, but because I have such good credit. But be careful if you're going to trade a car in eventually. Try to make sure you're not in a negative or upside down on the car, because when I traded my SRT Jeep in, I was like 11,000 in the negative. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize it until I was trying to trade it in for the Trackhawk, and I'm just like, dang, like if I was a little smarter on my purchase and maybe took a little more time to find the right deal, you know, I could have been better off, but I was impatient. I just bought whatever I found at that time because I had a son on the way, and I just bought it, and it kind of just messed me up, you know. But so I couldn't roll that into the Trackhawk, you know. So obviously I put that amount and then some more down, you know, to get that negative equity and put some money down on the Trackhawk. You know what I'm saying? So that's just another tip I have, you know, like if you're gonna keep a car for a long time, you know you're never gonna sell it, you know, don't put no money down. Just you know, put the money in your pocket and invest it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that you know that you might want to upgrade soon and do that, just make sure you're not upside down and you're in the best possible position. Because when it's time to trade up, and you know how these dealers, and especially in today's market, it's just gonna be you're gonna regret it, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? But I mean, other than that, that's really all you need, man, to get a Trackhawk. You know, just have good credit, have a high paying income, and another thing I would say, have a high paying income, and just have a surplus of money laying around every month where, you know, if things go wrong, because it's a car, things are gonna go wrong and stuff like that, that you could just fix it and, you know, do whatever you want with it. And another thing I would say, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. You need to have a garage, fam. You know what I mean? Like even if you live in apartments, whatever, and you have a garage, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. But if you live like somewhere like an open apartment complex and maybe no garage, don't do that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because these cars are so sought after. And it's like you always got constantly worried about your car all the time. So I'll tell somebody, do not buy this car unless you have a garage or somewhere safe to put it. You know what I mean? Just as long as it's somewhere safe, you can put it. But you don't want to live your life always in constant worry. Oh, is my car still there? And you know, this, that, and the third. Like, as you see in social media and everywhere, these cars get stolen a lot. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you have your ducks in a row in that way as well. You know what I mean? Like, don't move backwards. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna tell people, don't move backwards. Get the crib first, get the garage first, get the Trackhawk then. You know what I mean? But I see a lot of people just buy a Trackhawk and just be parked outside, like, and that's how they get stolen and all. Don't do it to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, don't do it to yourself. Like, I didn't get one until I actually had a garage and a crib to really put it in, you know, and all that. So, like I said, just go through the growing pains, man. And I don't daily drive the car, but if you think about daily driving the car, definitely get like a good security system on it. You know what I mean? Obviously, you buy this car, you don't care about gas mileage, because I mean, it's horrible. You don't care about it. But I would definitely say, and this is my personal opinion, you know what I mean? Because I know people do daily drive the Hawk and all that. That's cool. But I would say to definitely get a second car. You know what I mean? Just something to get you around, in and out. If you want to be incognito and all that, you know what I'm saying? Because the Trackhawk brings a lot of attention everywhere. You be having people following you, taking pictures, video recording you. So it's like on a day-to-day basis, if you want to go to Walmart, Target, the mall, like, you don't want to bring a Trackhawk and just have it sitting out there, bro. Like, you just don't. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So you're going to need that low key or that second vehicle to move around in. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to Dollar Tree in a $100,000 truck. It just don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? So I would definitely look into, you know, if you have a car now, probably pay that off, keep that, make your moves, run your errands, do that. Then when you want to, you know, jump in something fast or whatever you want to do, do that. You know what I mean? But I would definitely say have 2 cars if you're going to have a Trackhawk. And another thing is the Trackhawk just make you want to drive like an idiot. I'm going to keep it a buck. Yo, it just make you drive like an idiot everywhere you go. And it's like, sometimes you got to think, like, do I really need 700 horsepower to go to the Chinese store real quick? You know, just little stuff like that. But like I said, that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, man, if you're in the market for a track, in my personal opinion, it's the best SUV on the market. You know what I'm saying? I never seen nothing like it. You know what I mean? And another thing is that they're just rare. You don't see them. You'll see your regular Cherokees, maybe SRT here and there, but track, nah, bro, you ain't gonna see them like that. You know what I mean? It's just one of them cars, and it's like they only made them for 3 years, and it's like, you just can't go wrong, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if y'all rocking with it. You know what I mean? If y'all not, salute. You know what I mean? But y'all be blessed. Peace.